I got to play some last night, which doesn't happen enough, in my opinion. So I think it's important for dungeon masters to get to play, so it refuels your creative battery. You get to be a player. Some people prefer to be the guy in charge. Yeah, they have control issues. Some people want to be players all the time because they aren't that, the administrative part and the clerking part of being a DM is not their forte. I find it helps me recharge my batteries, and I have tons of ideas right now, and I just can't get them all out, especially for some wretched verse stuff. I got some wretched stuff I'm working on in my head. I'm cranking out some rituals for that, and any ritual I make for wretched, it seems to fit well in Lamentations, so I'll make a Lamentations verse at the same time. And then I save them both in little separate files, and there they gather dust, unless I share them on social media or something. And I'm thinking about making a book of spells and a World in Darkness game, which I got the ideas. I'm just trying to form an outline for the antagonist for it, because I want it to be good, and I'm just having a hard time. But I got to play a wizard, a magic user in Kentucky Rex's game last night, and me and my buddy Ron. It was just us and a retainer apiece, and we went to the Caves of Chaos and had a blast. So that refueled some of my fantasy ideas for as a DM for NPCs and monsters in my world. And I keep working on this open table idea, and I'm adding people to it as they go along. I'm going to just make it big. So as my games end, I'm going to just expand the open table, because I got 2 other games. Stonehell and the Borderlands, which I'm not going to put a Borderlands thing in this open table, I don't think. I guess I could. I think I'll put it on the island. And that's just going to be a bubbified version of Lindor Isle. So the Isle will be another spot in this world I'm throwing together where Stonehell and the Borderlands will be. So I will do everything I was doing with Stonehell on the Borderlands, and I'll tinker it a little bit for the Isle and have everything based out of Restonford for that area. And then this other area is the northern reaches for Greg Gillespie's world, and that's where all my other 4 mega dungeon places will be and side adventures. So as I'm working on that, I'm not even done with the northern reaches, because I still got all the maps monsters to put in for Dwero Deep and the other Caverns of Archaea, both of which I've never run as a table game, but I'm running Barrel Maze again. And I have a feeling that if anything happens, like a big TPK or something with my Wednesday Dwarf Dark Citadel game, that I'll just dissolve it and invite those players if they want to play in the big open table, and let them re-roll for High Fell. Because I got one of the players in that group is just got such a hard on for High Fell, it's ridiculous. He has a copy of the game, and I think he's a peaker. So that makes it difficult for me, because I really got to run a game several times before I completely just start winging it and changing stuff on the fly when I'm playing the game. I do it for all my games, but changing everything as you're playing is different than doing it beforehand. But I was going to, next project in the same world, as I'm getting all this stuff in there, is going to be Secret of Bone Hill. I'm going to change the Bone Hill part. I'm going to make it a mega dungeon, or small mega dungeon. Maybe something that's only 5 levels or something. and a more detailed ruined castle. I like the dichotomy they got going on there with the bugbears at day, undead at night, so we might keep that. It was also the birthplace of the Zombie Skeletor and the Ghoul Sturge that I like by Kafka. But I'm going to dig through all the other stuff he has on Dragon's Foot and tweak it a little bit. Maybe combine the concept of Devil's Spawn, that was his number 4, L4, and work that into the lower levels of Bone Hill. Just take those. The Assassin's Knot I was never a fan of. And I forgot what L3 was. I'll have to look that up and refresh my memory. But he did a lot of devils, so maybe I'll do the fall of the Secret of Bone Hill. Is there's some deviltry in the bottom of it, because devils are fun. And that's a very AD&D game. That's a very AD&D house ruled system that Kafka worked with, and I'll tinker with it. I don't like the Drogar. He made half dwarves. Half dwarves. They can barely breathe with each other, guys. But I'll tinker with that a little bit. That's my immediate plan. Any suggestions about the Secret of Bone Hill? I need to find a good castle map and about 5 levels of dungeon. I'll just probably rework the maps and stuff from Devil's Spawn and stuff. Although they were very simplistic, and they were, if I remember correctly, the L3 was just great big rooms, long hall, big room. I did not like it. Seemed oversimplified for encounter rooms, like a big bubble chart. Yeah. And I prefer Stonehell in the Borderlands over the old-fashioned Caves of Chaos. It just, maybe it's because I've been through it so many times. Now, I probably should put a Caves of Chaos situation somewhere with my Tomb of Horrors version, but I'm going to use the Hackmaster stuff instead. So the false tombs of Vecna and the false tombs of Tomb of Horrors, and then the version that Hackmaster did, because it's funnier. I like funny. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to give me another cup of coffee and start working on that now. I need to finish putting the monsters in for Old School Essentials into my core bestiary for my Roll20 game. And I am seriously looking that when this gets kicking and it gains momentum in about 2 to 3 months, that there will be 30 people playing in the same campaign world. And I will maybe allow, if they can do it, interaction between the individual groups for trading of magic items and stuff. Because I don't like magic shops. The entire concept bugs me. But adventuring groups trading stuff between each other will make total sense. Make total sense, in my opinion. And I need to refocus on charters for adventuring groups and stuff, because your group, the guilt of association is a real thing. Sorry, you may not say it is, but if your neighbor that you've known for a while suddenly tells you that he was a member of the Hells Angels, and your perception of that man changes. Because you knew he was a part of a biker. And the question goes in, were you just a regular Hells Angel? Were you one of the 1%ers? Were you one of the enforcers? What were you in the Hells Angels? And a guy like I used to sell guns to. Red. But anyway, just kicking ideas around this morning, guys.